Ed Miliband's colleagues say he's not making enough impact on voters. But in a South London market today, the impact was on Mr Miliband as he was pelted with eggs.
Try not to squeeze this lady, sorry. Careful, careful.
It's this guy here, Airborne eggs are an acknowledged political hazard, and Mr Miliband seemed unfazed.
These things happen. We're going to see soon.
The egg thrower said he was protesting on behalf of homeless people.
He hasn't represented the poor enough, just like any other politician. They're representing banks. Quite frankly, the issue regarding homelessness is atrocious. I've been homeless. They haven't done enough.
Later, Mr Miliband was happy to laugh off the incident. Have you got egg on your face today, or just your jacket?
It's not the first time it's happened to me. I'm sure it's not the last. I'm always looking for new ways to connect with voters, but it's been very good to go and meet people today and talk about, I think, the biggest issue facing the country, which is the cost of living crisis facing so many families. And you know, while the government is saying that the economy is fixed, so many people are finding themselves out of pocket.
And that's the Labour leader's latest message for voters who are still giving him mixed reviews.
His persona on the telly comes across a bit geekish, but in person, he's actually, like you said, quite a solid guy.
Ed Miliband is good, but his brother would have been better if his brother... Sorry to say this.
So even Labour Party supporters here don't yet seem convinced that they can get really enthusiastic about Ed Miliband. Which is something Ed Miliband has to address, because there has been some evidence in the polls lately that Labour support is starting to ebb away, and that's why some of his colleagues here have been wanting him to take stronger policy positions and make tougher attacks on the government. Now that in turn is getting a little bit more difficult as some of those economic indicators we've been hearing about start to look just a bit better. So Ed Miliband today has more sticky problems to deal with than 3 or 4 eggs.